Coming to you live from the Maxwell Auditorium at Supreme Council Headquarters in Lexington, Massachusetts, here's your host, Michael Russell.
Welcome to our second ever Giving Tuesday telethon. What a night we have in store for you. You are all here to help us change lives together by supporting Scottish Rite Charities. If you feel in your heart at any time throughout the night, give a call 1-800-814-1432 or go to donaterite.org to donate online. That's 1-800-814-1432. Last year, you stepped up in a big way and helped us raise more than $238,000 to support your Scottish Rite Charities. Even more importantly, in your mailbox just a few weeks ago, we told you how your dollars helped change lives through the Impact Report. Let me give you just a little bit of insight into your impact. You distributed $765,000 to support our brother Masons and their families through the Grand Almoners Fund, and you directly impacted the lives of more than 109 Masonic families around the world. You made it possible for students to pay for college by awarding 307 scholarships to deserving students to the tune of $376,000 through the Liana Abbot Scholarship Fund. And you helped better protect, preserve, and display hundreds of years of Masonic history and heritage through your selfless gifts to the Masonic Museum and Library. You enrolled more than 1,500 students in our 47 Dyslexia Center locations, and yes, you helped us celebrate 25 years of changing lives as we've opened the doors for more than 14,000 students with dyslexia. You understand how important it is for us to continue changing lives together. So consider a gift throughout the night so that we can change even more lives. If talking on the phone really isn't your thing, here's a quick tutorial from my daughter Maeve on how to give online.
Hi, honey. Here's some money, please. Please do that. That is now. Shut it.
If you don't want to go online, you don't have to, because operators are standing by right now. Now, throughout the night, we have a number of folks who sent in videos showcasing why they choose to help change lives. I'd like to recognize a few folks. I have a shout out from Brother Leland Burleson and his lady Marilyn that say hi to the fraternal family from the Valley of Green Bay, Wisconsin. They are very pleased to be supporters of the Almoners Fund and the White Flower Society. They also shared that it's a distinct honor and pleasure to donate. Brother Burleson, even though you claim not to be a techie, know your gift means the world. One last shout out before we get started goes to Brother David Allen Dorworth and Franny Mitchell, from New Jersey, whose Lodge Covenant 161 after 131 years is unfortunately closing their doors. But he and Franny have been cooking for the Lodge meetings for many of those years, and he said they made a little over the years and they lost a little over the years, and they had a few dollars left over. So they gave a check for a little over $2,000 for this Giving Tuesday telethon to support the Grand Almoners Fund. Thank you. As a reminder, go online to donaterite.org at any time or call 1-800-814-1432. Right here on your screen, 1-800-814-1432. If you haven't made your blue envelope gift yet, you can also call in now to help your Valley win. We have some awesome folks with us tonight. Your Sovereign Grand Commander David A. Glatley is here. Parker Hastings, international guitar phenom, is here to entertain. And we have watch parties in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, New Jersey, Wisconsin, New York, Massachusetts, and more. And remember, call 1-800-814-1432. Throughout the night, we have some special prizes as a way to say thank you for your support of our mission, which is to fulfill our Masonic obligation to care for our members and those in need. Now, Matt Blaisdell, how are you?
Michael, I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Matt, I'm going to hand it to you to talk about some prizes for everybody.
Thanks, Michael. Good evening. My name is Matt Blaisdell. I'm the Creative Director of Scottish Rite, Northern Masonic Jurisdiction. Like Michael said, we have a very exciting evening of awesome interviews, inspiring stories, and live music. As a way to say thank you to those who made an impact through our Scottish Rite Charities, we have a few great gifts to give away this evening. For the first hour of our telethon, that is the next 55 minutes, if you donate $250 in the first hour, we will send you a Not Just a Man gift set, which includes the Not Just a Man tie, branded socks, and of course, quench your thirst with your very own Not Just a Man Scottish Rite NMJ Yeti water bottle. Donate during the second half of our telethon this evening, and we'll send you the Children's Dyslexia Center gift set, which includes an awesome pair of branded socks, a great tie to show your support, and made exclusively for our telethon this evening, this Children's Dyslexia Center necklace. But wait, it gets even better. During our telethon, we'll be drawing 2 names of 2 lucky winners who will receive a brand new, no, not quite a car, but close, a 2019 iPad with a custom sleeve. For every $100, we'll put your name into a drawing with a maximum of 10 chances to win. So stay tuned throughout the evening to see if you're one of the lucky winners. Thank you so much for the impact that you've made through the Scottish Rite Charities and for changing lives together. Back to you, Michael.
Thanks, Matt. As you can see, operators are standing by all night, and if at any time you are inspired and want to make a donation to support what you see on screen or are moved to open your heart and your wallet, please call 1-800-814-1432. Heck, call twice and you might even get to speak to Dave Glatley himself, our Sovereign Grand Commander. Throughout the night, we have a number of folks who support our Scottish Rite Charities, and they share their stories as to why they choose to donate. Here are a few quick updates.
I give because it's how I was taught, first at home, then in my DMLA chapter, and then in Freemasonry. I continue to give because I see the impact that my gifts make. First, my donations to the membership program and how they develop the new literature and the new members packets. My donations to the Dyslexia Center and all of the tremendous work that is being done in the Valley of Cleveland as we teach our 28 current students to learn to read and overcome dyslexia. And my donations to the Abbot Scholarship, to all of our high school seniors to help provide them the education that will last a lifetime. That's why I give.
Hey, my name's Alex Woodrow. Everyone calls me Woody, and I give because I believe that it's part of being human and part of our mission on this planet to be of service to other people. So when we give, we also receive. And I think in that, we all up-level and we all make the world a better place.
Why do I give to the Scottish Rite? Because I personally feel they are doing the best job of promoting Freemasonry in the world. We have the greatest fraternity in the world, and we need to bring in more good men and make them better. God bless Freemasonry.
Yes, this year we upgraded to a nice, really cool desk. Mostly because HR didn't want me to stand the whole time, but now I get to look like Johnny Carson, so it makes me feel kind of extra special. And I thought it would be very fitting that for our first guest, we bring out First Lady, Miss Monica Glatley, and your Sovereign Grand Commander, David A. Glatley. Come on out. Miss Monica. Commander.
Hey, buddy.
Why don't you take a seat at our beautiful couch here? It's pretty cool, huh?
It's a nice couch.
Now, Commander, this is our second annual telethon. What do you think so far?
I think this is great. I said, this is a better setup here than Ed McMahon had with Johnny Carson. I like this.
That's awesome. So as you go into your third year as Sovereign Grand Commander, tell us about what something like this means to Scottish Rite and Scottish Rite Charities.
Well, this is a fantastic event for Scottish Rite, Michael. You and your team have done a fantastic job all year, and this kind of is an exciting point of the whole thing for our Charities Department and the Benevolence Committee. Is outstanding. It gives us an opportunity to showcase our charities to all our members, and I just think it's an outstanding event.
Yeah, and we're going to hear from Miss Monica a little later. We're excited you're here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if anybody wants to come out to call in 1-800-814-1432. They certainly can. And ask for Monica, Miss Monica Glatley, or Commander Dave Glatley himself. They're willing. All you have to do is ask. So just say you want to talk to the commander, and you've got his ear for a few seconds. So, Commander.
That's right. And don't be afraid to call.
1-800-814-1432. Commander, Monica, thanks for being here with me. I'm really excited. Now, we have a special presentation that you don't know about yet.
Oh, okay.
The brothers of the New Hampshire Consistory are here.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. New Hampshire Consistory.
They're hiding in the back.
Really?
Yeah. So we want to do something extra special for you. So please, brothers of the New Hampshire Consistory, come on out.
You weren't kidding.
You're right here, Commander.
Welcome, brothers.
On behalf of the members of New Hampshire Consistory, it gives us great pleasure to present this check for $100,000 to the Grand Almner's
Wow.
Fund on Giving Tuesday.
That is fantastic. Let me take a look at this. That is quite a check. I can just see pushing this through the teller's window now. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. This is much, much appreciated. And thank you all so much for being here. And I think we have something for you. Since this is such a surprise, we did have a plaque. And this makes New Hampshire Consistory a diamond member of the Commander's Circle for the Scottish Rite Charities. And please tell all your members how much we appreciate this donation and how much it does for our charities. And Commander-in-Chief, I put this in your care.
Thank you very much, Sovereign Grand Commander.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you again. Remember,
Thank you
call
so much.
at any time tonight, 1-800-814-1432.
Thank you.
Again, donate right, RITE.org. Now, Miss Monica, Commander,
Yes.
could you help me with one last piece?
I certainly will.
I'd like for you to help us do our first update of the night.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah. Bridget, are we entered? Awesome. All right, Commander, all you have to do is hit that big telethon button in the middle.
This big
Just
one?
big one.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
We
can I-
upgraded since practice.
May I do it now?
You may do it now.
Oh, there we are.
So far, we have raised $104,179 through your online donations.
Fantastic.
And through your support already. We're already inching closer to our goal of $332,000. Please keep calling in. Thank you, Commander. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Now, I would like to bring to the stage a very special friend of Scottish Rite, now just illustrious and most worshipful, William M. Bill Sardone. Come on out.
Oh, Michael, how are you?
Good. Why don't we take a seat and talk for a few minutes?
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Hey, you get to relax for a while.
Now,
So-
last year you helped me serve as co-host for this thing, huh?
I did. It was so good to be here then. It's great to be here now. It's an honor to be with all of you helping us help others.
What does charities like what Scottish Rite supports do for folks in New York and around the world?
Well, in New York, we have a lot of concordant bodies, but everybody likes to know the fact that 90% of what we do in Masonry, besides the bonding of what we have of friendship, is charity. And there's so many people who need charity. We help so many people. We don't tell anybody we do it, but we do it. And when we can partner together and we can work together as a team, we can do more.
Well, I want to thank you. You're going to be helping me a little tonight, is that right?
It's my pleasure.
Well, I am going to hand you your weapon of the evening.
No holding me back now.
We've given him a mic. Please call in. He won't stop talking until you call in. All right, Bill, take it away.
Here we go. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Let me tell you, sometimes people ask me, why is the Grand Master of Masons State of New York participating in something like this? Well, why not? The bottom line is that we partner with the Scottish Rite. We have a strong partnership that has a relationship that has gone for many, many years. It's getting stronger every day. But there's somebody else here also that has a partnership that stems to another organization, and that is the Order of Vice and Star. And I have a young man here who might be able to tell me something about that. Sir, give me your name and where you're from and tell us what you're about.
Larry Gullett from the Valley of Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm also a member of the Order of Eastern Star, where my current position is a General Grand Chapter Committee member for Scottish Rite Charities. So I go to various chapters and grand chapters and talk about the Scottish Rite Charities.
Excellent. So the bottom line is, I guess we'd like to have every member of the Order of Eastern Star kind of tune in tonight and make you proud and donate a little bit. Is that it?
I challenge all my sisters and brothers from Eastern Star to donate.
A challenge. I love the challenge. It's great to hear. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your time. Thank you for your efforts. There's another young man back here, too, I think has some interest in what we're doing.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Just fine.
What? Is that for me?
Wasn't for you.
Oh. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're about.
My name is George Nakonechny. I'm chairman of the Benevolence Committee of Supreme Council, and I'm from the Valley of Allentown in Pennsylvania.
Excellent. What do you think you're going to get out of this evening here with the fact that we have the benevolence?
I'm hoping to get cramps in my hand from all the writing.
Okay. Now, that leads me to the next issue. Take a look at these people. Where's that camera? Pan out on them. They look very, very sad. They look pretty sad because the phones aren't ringing. You know what makes them happy? Ringing phones. What makes them happier is when they can write down your donations. Look at them. They're crying almost here. Get some sad faces here. Let's some sad faces. Look at that. They're moaning almost. So do me a favor, 1-800-814-1432 or donaterite.org, R-I-T-E. When you donate right, you've made the right choice. This time I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you. Last year at this telethon, Miss Monica Glatley launched what we're calling the White Flower Society. It's quickly become one of our most popular charities. I want you to take a look at this video, an interview Monica and I did in a sit-down. I'm here with Miss Monica Glatley, First Lady of the Scottish Rite. Well, before we get started, you can't have a conversation with Monica without without a little wine here. So we're gonna get ready to go here. Hi, Monica. How are you?
Good. People will recognize me now.
We're really excited you're here, and I want to take a couple of minutes and just talk a little bit about, cheers.
Cheers to you.
Talk a little bit about you and what you do. So you started an initiative here at Scottish Rite just recently called the White Flower Society. Could you tell us a little bit about what that is?
A lot of times when our ladies lose their husbands, they lose contact with the fraternity, and sometimes the ladies become in need and we have no idea what's going on.
Why is it called the White Flower Society?
When I first met Dave, he was very actively involved in DMLA, and many a times I would accompany him to DMLA events, and the young men would put on the flower talk, which is a ritual of theirs. And they would have carnations on the altar, white or red. And I can't quote the ritual, but basically what the ritual said is, if your mother's alive and doing well, please take a red flower. If your mother has passed on high, take a white flower. And there's nothing worse than seeing one of these young men pull a white flower and you realize that at that young age, they've lost their mother. It just broke my heart.
What makes this fund so important to you?
There but the grace of God could be me at any time. And I don't want to lose my sisters and my brothers or the fraternity or the Masonic family. I want to know that they're going to be there for me.
Thank you, Monica, for spending some time with me, sharing a glass of wine, and just sitting down and having a conversation.
Cheers.
I want to personally thank all of those who sent in a Why I Give video. We had more than 40 submissions, but we can only show about 12, but we will be putting all of those others live out there for everyone to see. I want to showcase brother and illustrious Benny Grisham by way of Florida through Illinois. Benny, take it away.
I was recently asked, why do you give? And I was kind of set back for a few seconds because I thought, well, why do I give? Well, the answer came very quickly. I give because I'm able to, number one, and because there's a need. A need by many of our brethren and their ladies who aren't as fortunate as we are. So In short, I give because I'm able to, because there's that need, and because the funds are used properly by our Scottish Rite.
My name is Jerry Seeley. I'm the Commander-in-Chief of the Valley of Philadelphia. I'm here at our fall reunion with our new Sublime Princess of Rural Secret and all of our veterans that received their Defender of Peace and Freedom pins. On behalf of all of the brethren in the Valley of Philadelphia, I'd like to present to you a donation of $3,000 in 3 separate checks of $1,000 each. One for the Supreme Council's Grand Homeowner Fund, one for the White Flower Society, and one for the Abbot Scholarship. We hope that these donations will help those in need, the widows of those brethren who have passed, and for those children who might like to pursue further educational needs. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Thank you to the brothers of the Valley of Philadelphia. What a very special presentation. Now I want to do our second update of the evening here at our big board. We're sitting now at $119,879. That's incredible. Thank you. Thanks to the Valley of Philadelphia, John M. from Fort Wayne, Philip D. from Marshfield, the Valley of Dayton, Walt from Wyoming, Howie and Ann from Suffield, and more. Thank you for your continued incredible support of Scottish Rite Charities. Again, 1-800-814-1432 or donaterite.org. Donate RITE.org. Here's another one of our great Scottish Rite families on why they choose to give to Scottish Rite Charities.
Hi, we are Len and Brenda Vanderhorn of the Valley of Northern New Jersey, and this is why we support the Scottish Rite Charities.
We contribute to the Children's Learning Centers in honor of our son Jonathan, who attended the Tenafly Learning Center and struggled with reading in the beginning, but now is doing wonderful. We also contribute to the White Flower Society, Lady Monica's charity, so that we can support all of our Masonic widows.
We are also members of the Gold Circle, Commander Glatley's Almoners Fund, and we feel it's very important to contribute to our Masonic brothers and sisters. So do the right thing.
We're going to be talking about the Commander Circle here for just a few minutes, mentioned in that video. Hey, Commander.
Hi, Michael.
What does the Commander Circle mean to you, and what is it?
The Commander Circle is for people that donate a decent sum to help us with our Grand Almoners Fund. And the Grand Almoners Fund takes care of not only Scottish Rite Masons, but all Masons throughout our jurisdiction that are in need, families in need of the Masonic group, and also widows. And without the help of the Commander Circle donors, we couldn't be doing the great job that we're doing now with all of our brothers in need.
Now, Commander, you have a very special story from you actually presenting your first check as a deputy in New Jersey. Can you tell, without giving details, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. It's my favorite story because it really touched my heart and made the Grand Almoners Fund so special to me. I had a brother that I knew in my area that was in need, but I didn't find out until basically a few months after the event occurred. See, his house was a ranch-style house, and one of the hurricanes that came along flooded it out. He lived along the river. He also had a truck with all his tools in it because he was a carpenter. And I found out about it a little after the fact, and it was my first experience with calling Commander McNaughton and asking about the Grand Almoners Fund. So I explained the story to him, and he said, well, how much do you want? And I was stuttering and stammering. Well, I didn't expect to be asked how much he wanted.
Yeah.
So I said, do you think 3,000's too much? Because I was a little afraid to ask for money. And Commander McNaughton said, I think you're light. We're going to make that a $10,000 check, and I'll send it down to you. I said, okay. So the check arrived a few days later from the Grand Almoner, and I called this brother in need, and I said, listen, I heard you had a little problem, and you could use a little help. I said, I've got something from Scottish Rite for you. I said, can I drop it off at your house? And he said, well, actually, I'm working nearby you. I know about where you live, and I gave him the address, and he swung by my house. And he came in, and I said, would you like a beer? And he said, sure, I'd like a beer. I said, okay, here you go. And I had taken the check and folded it over and written a nice note and put in a card and an envelope. And I handed it to him, and I said, this is for you. He said, oh, thank you. I said, well, that's the polite thing to do,
Yeah.
right? So I said, no, you can open that. So he opens the card, he reads it. Thank you, that's very nice. I said, no, you can open the check.
Okay.
So he opens the check and realized this is Christmas week. He's got 2 little children at home. He's just been through this major disaster with his house and everything. And he looks at this check for $10,000 made out to him from Scottish Rite, and he teared up and he started to cry. And, you know, I'm talking a younger construction guy standing in my kitchen crying. And so I started to cry. So I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, it's okay, it's what we do for Masonic Brothers. And he said, thank you. And I said, would you like another beer? He said, oh yeah, I'd like another beer. And so we had another beer, and he said, thank you very much. And we parted, but that's when I realized how much you feel in your heart when you're the one giving the check. And the person you're giving the check to is emotional, because Masons are used to giving help and not accepting help. Most Masons feel like, I'm okay, I don't need it. And they do. And so after that, all the distributions of checks, I tried to make sure someone else did it that hadn't done it before, because that's when you feel in your heart what our Grand Almoners Fund really is.
Now, our motto, our mantra at Scottish Rite is that we will fulfill our Masonic obligation to care for our members. What does that mean, and how does that tie into the Grand Almoners Fund?
Well, it ties into the Grand Almoners Fund because everybody that's a Scottish Rite Mason is a Mason first. And you see, when you kneel at the altar of Freemasonry, as you know, you take an oath that you will take care of your brother Masons and their widows and orphans. And so our Grand Almoners Fund and our vision statement lives up to being a Mason. And so that's what we do. And that is the vision statement of Scottish Rite, more than anything else, is taking care of our members.
Every time you and I have traveled together over the last few years, you always tell me that the Commander McNaughton truly started this program and got Scottish Rite into a great position to succeed. Could you tell me about that?
Oh, absolutely. Commander McNaughton built up what was a small Grand Almoners Fund. There was a fund in existence, but nobody really knew about it, and it really wasn't going out there doing the job that it needed to do. And fortunately, we had a bequest, a donation left to us, and Commander McNaughton was open where he could place it. So he used it to build up the Grand Almoners Fund and to start this. And God bless him for doing that, because it's what we do today. And it does a fantastic job. And like I say, it's not only Scottish Rite Masons, it's any Mason in a northern jurisdiction that's in trouble can be helped by this fund.
So what you're saying is the only way that we can continue to support our Scottish Rite Masons and brothers is for people to call in tonight.
To call in tonight and help our fund, just like the New Hampshire Consistory just did. And every check is important, whether it's $5, $500, $5,000. Every check is very important because it's what each individual can give. And that comes in, and it helps our Grand Almoners Fund, and it helps so many brothers out there. And some stories we can tell, and some are too personal, we can't tell them.
Yep.
But these requests are coming in almost on a daily basis, and sometimes a few times a day.
Well, everybody heard it here. The commander proclaimed that you have to call in to 1-800-814-1432 for us to continue to help our brother Masons through the Grand Almoners Fund. We have to continue to build this fund up and make sure that we're taking care of our brother Masons.
Absolutely.
Commander,
thank you.
Could we have a video, an interview with our Grand Almoner? Who is that?
Our Grand Almoner is illustrious Peter Samak of New York, who is also the Grand Lieutenant Commander. And when I asked Pete to take the job as Grand Lieutenant Commander, he said only under one condition, that he didn't have to give up the Grand almoner's position in order to do it, and I agreed to that. And Brother Pete does an outstanding job on a Grand Almoner's Fund. He loves doing it, and checks go out overnight when the need is there. So yeah, he is a great Grand Almoner.
Well, then I'll let you introduce your Grand Almoner.
I'd introduce this video with our Grand Almoner, illustrious Peter Samak. Please watch.
Thanks, Commander. I'm here with the Lieutenant Grand Commander, but more importantly, the Grand Almoner, illustrious brother Peter J. Samak, 33rd degree. Hey, Pete.
Pleasure's all mine.
Pete, as a Scottish Rite Mason and a 33rd degree Mason here in the Northern jurisdiction, why is the Grand Almoner's Fund so important?
It's a part of the obligation that we took when we became a Master Mason to help aid and assist a worthy brother in distress, as widows and widow and orphans or widow family. That's why I think it's important. Up to this point, I don't know that we've really done that. I think that the structure is there, and I think in a lot of cases, we've talked a good game, but we haven't necessarily lived up to that obligation. And this is an obligation that I think we need to live up to. This is what the Grand Almoner's Fund allows us to do, to live up to that.
What's your favorite part about being the Grand Almoner?
Boy, that's tough. It's all, I can't think of one part. It's the whole job. The amount of satisfaction that I get from this job, it would be that. It's one that it's a job that I've held now since 2015. I've never grown tired of it. My passion for it has never died. And that's because, it's just because of the satisfaction, as I said before, that you get from doing this.
Now you, as the Grand Almoner, receive something in return for this in the form of thank you notes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that you and I have talked a lot about these thank you notes being more than enough payment.
Yep.
And I know you have a few examples. Do you want to go through one or two of them, just to kind of walk us through what these folks at home may not see?
Oh, sure. I could paraphrase a couple of them for you, no problem.
That'd be great.
It's been a long, trying road since my accident, and with more surgeries looming, I can rest a little easier knowing that the fraternity stands by its members and our obligation. So, brothers, I may not know you, I may never meet you, share a drink with you, or even laugh alongside you, but from the bottom of my heart, I want you all to know that I love and admire you. That's more inspirational and important to me than any award that you could that I could ever receive.
Why do I give? My journey with Scottish Rite Charities began in 2011 after meeting with and joining the Board of Governors of the Children's Dyslexia Learning Center located in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. It became clear to me very quickly that donating only my time was not good enough. My wife and I donate and support all fundraising activities at the Children's Dyslexia Learning Center. As a member of the board, I have seen firsthand the positive impact we make on children and that of their parents. There is no greater feeling than seeing a smile on a child's face and an increase in their self-esteem after going through our program. The Scottish Rite cannot fulfill this mission without the support of the Masonic community. I am proud to continually support the Scottish Rite and the Children's Dyslexia Learning Centers.
Those are incredible words from our Grand Almoner and an awesome supporter in Brother Holt of Scottish Rite. The impact of your dollars has been seen in so many ways. And as stated earlier, you make a tremendous difference. You continue to change lives, and you can continue to help change more lives by calling in or donating online. 1-800-814-1432 or donaterite.org. Here, I want to show you 3 stories of brothers and families who helped change lives.
Tuckerton is such a unique community. It's a quaint little town. There's nothing like looking at blue skies, to sit out on your deck, hearing the seagulls.
The sand, the beach, fishing, crabbing. It was a great place to raise your family.
I lived here all my life. My husband, Sheldon, we bought our house on our first wedding anniversary. It meant everything to us. Even though he was extremely healthy, he caught pneumonia and he died. I mean, I was totally devastated. I didn't know what to do. Then the storm hit.
They started talking about the storm. They started warning us.
The federal weather indicated that this was going to be real bad. High winds, high tides.
I could see the water coming up.
I stayed up that night. I got my wife, put her in the car, and backed out into water. That was the last time I saw my house.
The town of a little more than 3,000 took a body blow.
Homes are flattened and completely destroyed.
The day we were able to go into the house, and I passed out on the floor. My brother-in-law carried me out and he goes, "You're not going back in there anymore." It was that bad.
My wife cried. We lost pictures of our kids, our family, gone. And even now, my heart's broken.
We have over 285 homes that had massive destruction. After that day was over, my daughter said, "Okay, Dad, it's time for you to have your cry." It was a traumatic thing. The insurance companies were hell. If your home has been damaged, then you must raise it to standards. The minimum cost of raising a home is $50,000. If you want to start the project, you had to put funds out of your own pocket first. FEMA was broke. Not everybody has these thousands of dollars.
There's not a lot of help out there. You think there is, but there isn't.
They sent the money to the mortgage company instead of for me to rebuild. I went back and forth for months. In that process, the looters came in and they went and stole the copper. They took a sledgehammer to my kitchen. Thank God for the Masons.
The Scottish Rite came down 2 weeks after the storm.
They gave a lot of money.
Check was handed to you. Put it in the bank, it was yours.
I wasn't used to getting anything from anyone.
Not only did they help Masons, but they helped the community.
It was a very humbling thing for me to get instead of give. They came up alongside of me and said, "We got your back."
A lot of people donate to this fund and they don't know where the money goes. It's stories like mine that are a testament to the power of the Almoner's Fund.
They do it to help others. And that's the greatest thing about this brotherhood. We're all one.
My name is Joyce. My husband, Sheldon, was not just a man. He was a Mason.
My name is Frank Rakowski. I'm not just a man. I am a Mason.
My name is Buck Evans. I'm not just a man. I am a Mason.
Hi, this is Rick Friedman from the Valley of Philadelphia. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to take just a moment of your time to...
Now, whoa, wait a second. Wait, we have Rick Friedman here. Why would we do anything? Let's sit down and talk to him. Brother Rick, come on out.
Hey, brother. Good to see you.
Take a seat.
All right.
Thanks for coming out.
Great to be here, Michael.
Now, you serve as a member of the Benevolence Committee, but you also serve in the Valley of Philadelphia. That's awesome.
I'm currently the thrice potent master, and it's very exciting. Very exciting for me to be here. And, you know, it's all of our responsibility as Master Masons that we need to help, aid, and assist all poor and penniless brother Master Masons. And it's therefore fitting for me to serve on this committee, which is an honor.
Well,
so thank you for the opportunity.
I know that you've been able to give a donation, but you've also been able to give those checks from the Grand Almoner's Fund out and distribute them to Brother Masons and families in need. Sure. Now, you may not be able to tell us a story or a specific instance, but tell us what that means to you.
It gives you a great feeling inside. It gives you a great feeling inside that you know that you're able to help other people, Brother Master Masons and their families, and when they really need it the most, that's when the Grand Almoner's Fund comes in, and that's when we assist. So it's the best feeling in the world.
Now, you've been part of the Valley of Philadelphia for how long now?
About 33 years.
33, well, it's just a few. I'm 33 years old, so don't tell anybody.
I won't.
But the Valley supported Scottish Rite Charities. They gave a check to support this, and that was displayed just earlier. Yeah. Why does the Valley choose to do that? Why do the members of the Valley choose to support Scottish Rite Charities?
The Valley, excuse me, the Valley of Philadelphia chooses to support the Scottish Rite Charities because that is what we're all about. That is our fraternity. That is our brotherhood. That's our family. Mm-hmm. So we meet as a committee and we discuss all the charities together, and we come out and we support all of them.
Great. Well, thanks for being with me and talking for a few minutes. I thought this would be more fun than showing just another video. As a reminder to everybody, and Rick, help me with this, we're going to look right there out there. Please call 1-800-814-1432, 1-800-814-1432. Now we have a special video from Brother Mishner.
So regarding the question of why do I give to Scottish Rite Charities or Masonic Charities in general, probably because of that very important word that we have in Masonry called integrity.
I'll show it.
I believe that Scottish Rite Charities and Masonic Charities in general
I'm going to pass it to you.
Are honest, low administrative costs, and I believe they get to the people who need the help, and so that's why I give.
Thank you, Brother Mishner. That video was incredible. I want to now go to the big board, but instead of me updating, I thought it'd be cooler to have Bill do it.
My honor. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
$175,000.
$175,000. How's that?
So thank you to Paul C. from Bloomington, Matt G. from Billerica, Jeff B. from, I don't know how to say, Pawaki. I think that's close. Harwick and Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Scottish Rite Benevolent Foundation, $10,000. Thank you all very, very much for your gift. Bill, I'm going to pass it to you.
Okay.
Your mic's sitting right over there. Can't forget the important part.
Can't forget the important part. It's a pleasure being back here again. By the way, it was great seeing my colleague from the Grand East here, Most Worshipful Clay from New Hampshire. That was a terrific donation that they gave from that consistory. I also received a call here before from the Grand Marshal of the Grand Lodge of New Jersey, Omar Morris, who called on behalf of the Grand Master of New Jersey, Grand Master Gregory Scott. And he is traveling right now, but he wanted to make sure that we all knew that the Grand Lodge of New Jersey is donating $1,000 to this telethon. And he also challenges every member of New Jersey Grand Lodge to also step up and donate at 1-800-814-1432 or at donaterite.org. Now, some people say, is there competition between New York and New Jersey because we're right next to each other? No, there really isn't. But he gave 1,000, and New York just may give 2,000. So what can I tell you? There is no competition, honest. There really isn't. But I also challenge the members of Grand Lodge of New York to also step up and give to this as well. You know what? I'm so happy being here tonight. I didn't know which pair of socks to wear. So can you get this? Can you get that on here, guy? I got my not just a man of Mason sock on, but then again, I got my dyslexia socks on too. So whichever socks you put on, I know you're always putting your best foot forward when you're working for Scottish Rite Charities. It's an honor to be here. Let me see if anybody else has anything on the board here that we want to talk about. Brother Samick, you're the Grand Almoner. You have many titles besides being a great friend. How's it going tonight?
It's going really well. I'm enjoying myself here immensely.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
That's good. Nice haircut. How are you, sir?
Excellent.
All right. Tell us who you are.
Kevin Hecht, Valley of Hartford.
Good. How's it going here tonight?
It's good. It's busy. Busy on the phones.
It is busy. You know what? We get a lot of online calls. By the way, you see all these little pieces of paper in this little tumbler? They represent the online donations that are coming in. So when you don't see it happening here, it's happening online as well. Hey, we're in a digital world, so people are doing it that way. By the way, we're also getting different things tonight that are coming in. We have Facebook messages that are coming, and they're being handed to me every now and then. The first Facebook message that came in was from Ted Jacobson from the Grand Lodge of New York, who said he donated and he looks forward to everybody else doing well tonight as well. Michael, you ready to take over?
Thanks, Brother Bill. I understand we have a special presentation from the brothers at the Valley of Pittsburgh.
Brother Pollender, on behalf of the members and officers of the Valley of Pittsburgh, I'm happy to present to you this check in the amount of $18,900 for this Dyslexia Center in honor of Giving Tuesday. This money was collected when we sent out for our annual dues in the Valley for an additional collection, and our members gave us this amount.
And I and the children thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Doug Kaler from Ohio, and I've been asked to share some thoughts on why I give. I believe in the Scottish Rite vision that we will honor our obligation to care for our members. I believe that it's easy to say the words, but it's always a challenge to put them into practice. The wants of humanity are great. The needs of our members are significant. And there are only so many ways that we can respond to those needs. The Grand Almoners Fund is one way to make a meaningful, helpful difference in the lives of people in need. It's an opportunity for us to fulfill our Masonic obligations, to live our words as we made those promises at the altar of Masonry. That is why I give, and that is why I encourage you also to support the Almoners Fund. Thank you.
Our next guest tonight helped us kick off our show and is providing entertainment for us all evening, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, a member of the National Guitar Pickers Hall of Fame, Brother Parker Hastings. He's a D-Malay from Kentucky.
That's right.
But also Missouri, but kind of Kentucky, but live in Nashville.
That's right. It's kind of a
That's awesome.
Triple threat.
Well, you, I understand, are some sort of national champion in pickers. What is guitar picking, and tell me more about that.
Yeah, so this is a style, a lot of people call it thumb picking or finger style, and it is actually a Kentucky tradition. It originated in Western Kentucky by players most famous like Merle Travis, and he really what that is where your thumb kind of does all the work. It's like you have a band in your hand, so your thumb plays the rhythm while your fingers play the melody. So it's kind of nice.
That's cool.
It saves money too.
You don't have to pay for picks.
Exactly, or a band.
Well, you came to us all the way from Nashville. You go to school in Belmont, is that right?
Yes.
Belmont University?
Yes, I'm a sophomore there.
You're a sophomore, and you're studying, what are you studying?
Music business, learning about the changes in the industry and hopefully how to get ahead of them in the music industry.
That's right. Now, you came all the way here to help us kind of put on some entertainment. You're going to be playing an original song for us coming up, is that right?
Yes, and I'm just honored to be here tonight, and I appreciate you asking me to be a part of this. But yeah, I'm going to play you an original song that actually kind of talks about that change, moving away from home and kind of knowing that everything's okay. So
awesome. What's the song called?
It's called Time Just For Me.
Now, we're not going to get a chance to talk to you again maybe for the rest of the night. Is there a website or something you want to talk about for people to go to?
Sure, yeah. You can follow me on all the social media platforms, but I also have a website that's parkerhastingsmusic.com that you can keep up with what I'm doing. Great. And also I have stuff out there on YouTube that you can check out too. Just search my name, Parker Hastings. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Parker Hastings is going to go over and get ready and start playing us a song, but please don't forget to call in to 1-800-814-1432 throughout the song to engage, get excited. Go to donaterite.org. That's donaterite.org at any time. Parker Hastings, take us away.
Oh, the place where I was raised helped me reach these greater days. A little place I call my old Kentucky home. I picked up these 6 old strings, tried so hard to play and sing, and like anything gets better over time. I got used to how things were. With this change I wasn't sure. Many nights that I'd get home past 12 a.m. Found a place where I fit in, where my journey will begin in company. It's been said that time is only just a number. You gotta make the most of each and every day. Staying real is just the key. It isn't hard for me to see, because I know that all this time is just for me. I've made friends from everywhere around this country, 'cause music has a way of touching hearts. It's just a shame that we don't see each other often, but when we do, we pick up right where we left off. I hope that pattern stays the same. A little change won't hurt this game. Some moments are just better left untouched. Still got time within my eyes, 'cause it never tells a lie to me. It's been said that time is only just a number. You gotta make the most of each and every day. Staying real is just the key. It isn't hard for me to see, 'cause I know that all this time is just for me. Well, I know that time is only just a number. I try to make the most of every day I've got. Staying real is just the key. It isn't hard for me to see, 'cause I know that all this time is just for me. Yeah, I know that all this time is just for me. Yeah, I love that all this time is just for me. Thank you.
I'm here sitting with Darian Coons on the Leon M. Abbot Scholarship Fund. He's a scholarship recipient, Indiana University graduate, and all-around good guy. What is the Leon M. Abbot Scholarship Fund?
It is a fund that helps support the Masonic youth and children of Scottish Rite Masons while they go to higher education, while they pursue higher education.
And what does that scholarship mean to you?
When I was in school, it made all the difference. I had a gap in funding my senior year of college that I was going to have to take on a decent amount of debt to be able to finish up school. And that puts a lot of weight on you. When you're finishing school and you have to worry about student loan interest and if you're going to be able to pay your payments after you graduate, because you only have 6 months after you graduate to start on those student loan payments, and to not have to add on to that debt that I already had to be able to be a recipient of the Leon M. Abbot scholarships, it meant a lot.
Tell us how much impact this scholarship can have on others' lives, not just yourself.
I know lots of people who go through school worried every day about how they're going to pay for not only tuition, that's the easy part. It's room, board, books. There are a lot of expenses when it comes to school. Even public colleges, cheaper public colleges, cost $80,000 over 4 years anymore. And to be able to come up with that for most middle-income families is very difficult. And so the scholarship provides, albeit not the entire cost of attendance, a shot in the arm to be able to help assist with that.
And how have you made the most of your education?
Coming out of school, I wanted to give back to an organization that helped me so much going through school. And so I took on a position as development coordinator for Scottish Rite Charities, and now part of my job is helping raise funds for the Abbot scholarships.
Great. One of Freemasonry's fundamental principles is a belief in the importance of an educated mind. That's why the Masonic fraternity and Scottish Rite have been so long committed to fostering the value of education. So many Americans are drowning in student loan debt. But you can help by donating to Scottish Rite's Education and Charity Fund, also known as the Liana and Abbot Scholarship Fund. The Abbot Scholarship Program provides financial support for the continuing undergraduate and graduate education of Scottish Rite Masons, young men and women from Scottish Rite families, and Masonic-related youth groups like D-Malay, Rainbow, Jobs and Triangle, and more. If you would like to make a specific gift to support students through the Liana and Abbot Scholarship Fund, go to donaterite.org or call in and say you want to give right to the scholarships. That's 1-800-814-1432. Speaking of students, I'd like to bring out one of our very own, a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason from the Valley of Harrisburg, a student from Penn State University, and he just so happens to be the International Master Counselor of D-Malay International. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Tyler Moyer. Hey, brother.
Nice
Good to see you. Yeah. Why don't you take a seat? Now, you, sir, are the International Master Counselor.
That's correct.
What does that mean to the Masons who may not know too much about D-Malay?
Sure. So, in my role as International Master Counselor, I get to work with tens of thousands of young men throughout the United States and the world. Get to work with them, get to see them develop, see what they're doing in their jurisdictions, offer my advice, but overall be a supporter of D-Malay and be a voice for what we're looking to make D-Malay.
Now, D-Malay is entering your second century. You just celebrated the D-Malay 100th anniversary in 1919. How do you, as the international youth leader, envision that second century?
Yeah, so in our second century, what we're looking to do is carry the flame of D-Malay forward. But on the Congress side, which is what I represent, we have a vision of our own, and that is our ACE program. It's to advance, care for, and educate. Advance D-Malay through promoting it, care for our members, and educate and provide them with the resources and the materials that they need to develop themselves and their chapters.
Now, over the last few years, D-Malay has seen to be growing exponentially, both international and even in some domestic states and jurisdictions. Why do you think that is?
I think that D-Malay provides something that many other organizations don't. I think that we empower young men to learn how to lead, not just tell them these are some skills, these are how to do this, but provide them with that hands-on experience. So if the chapter wants to go paintballing, they're going to go paintballing. But it's the young men who are going to be the ones planning where are they going, how much is it going to cost, how are we going to get there, and every other detail in between. And that kind of leadership, that kind of opportunity for leadership isn't there in other organizations. And also, we also have philosophical and moral virtues that we're trying to instill in the young men. We provide them with that why. Why am I in D-Malay? Why am I doing this?
Now, D-Malay just a couple of years ago started something called the D-Malay Almoners Fund.
Yeah.
What is it and why is that important?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, we were able to start the D-Malay Almoners Fund with the support of Scottish Rite. And what this does is it provides us with the opportunity to care for our members that are in need, that are in distress, and provide them with some financial resources to assist them during those troubled times.
Now, we just got a question in. What's Tyler Moyer's favorite color? Must have been from a rainbow girl.
My favorite color is blue. I love Penn State, but also Kentucky blue.
Thank you, Tyler, very much. Now, if you want to call in and give to the D-Malay Almoners Fund, you can call in. You can talk to Tyler. He's going to be on the phones here. He's been in, but if you want to call in, again, call 1-800-814-1432 or go to donaterite.org. You could also ask Tyler other questions like what's his favorite pizza or if he's single. Just saying. Thank you, Brother Tyler.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Tyler, actually, I have one
more thing.
Piece of assistance.
Absolutely.
I would like for you to help me do a little drawing here.
Sure thing.
If you'd be okay with that.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, this, as you can recall, is for all the donations that have come in at $100. You get your name in for every $100 that you give. So if you give $500, you get your name in 5 times for an iPad 2019 version with a custom sleeve. This one says, not just a man, a Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready? Bridget, have we entered all gifts? All right, we're good to go.
So you put my name in 10 times, right?
Well, did you give $1,000?
No.
No. I love how you were just, no. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Take a little look-see. We're going to contact the winner directly to make sure that you get that piece that was introduced by Matt Blaisdell. All right, tell them who we got.
All right. Our winner is the John Sellers family from Castle Rock, Colorado. Congratulations, John Sellers, Mason Sellers, and everyone.
Congrats to the Sellers. We're going to contact you shortly after this. And congrats. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we have a video from Brother Hamelspa.
My name is John Himmelsbaugh, member of Saginaw Valley, number 177, the Bay City, Michigan Consistory. I'm a strong believer in the tithing concept as expressed in the Holy Bible. As a component of that concept, I have always supported Masonic charities, including the Michigan Masonic Foundation in Alma, Michigan. I would encourage all of my brethren to follow this concept as it is very rewarding in life's journey.
There are so many reasons why I give. People argue that making donations help us lower taxes, promote generosity in our children, and bring meaning to our lives. But to me, it is that hard to describe feeling of satisfaction when I know I'm helping someone else and making a difference in their lives. It is never about the amount of how much you give. It's never about the recognition or the thank you, but it's about that joy when you know your contribution, no matter how small it is meaningful to someone else. I am a very spiritual person, but even scientists have proven that making a charitable donation makes you happy. When you give to the Scottish Rite Charities, you can rest assured that your contributions are being made to people who are genuinely in need. This is because those who are responsible for distributing donations care very much about every single case that is presented to them for their review. I have seen Scottish Rite firsthand help people in need, not only with scholarships or dyslexia centers or in preserving our history and museum, but as importantly, I have witnessed distressed and utterly destitute brother Freemasons who are not even Scottish Rite Masons being helped through the generous donations made to our Almoner's Fund. This is one of many reasons why I am proud not just to be a Freemason, but to be a Scottish Rite Freemason.
Hey, Bill.
How you doing?
It's awesome that Brothers Yatim and Hamelspa sent in those videos, but we're at your part again.
Is this where I get to touch the board
This
and see
is-
what we get?
Last time you can you hand me the touch?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right,
It's all
there you
yours.
go. All right. Everybody ready for the update? We are, oh my gosh, $273,115. Thank you to James S. from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, Matt B. from Mount Joy, Scottish Plains, Muhammad Yatim, Travis S. from Worcester, George T. from Nashua, John Z. from Fairport, Steve C. from Woodridge, G. Tom from Bear, Carl M. from River Edge. Thank you for your continued donations. This is incredible. I'm going to pass it to you for a few minutes.
I got it for a few minutes. By the way, just to let you know that this young man here that was here from DeMolay, many of us here are senior DeMolays. I also want to thank the Scottish Rite Council of Liberation of New York. What they have done is they have stepped up and they have said that they will pay for the initiation of any DeMolay or any DeMolay, senior DeMolay, to become a Mason. They will pay for that initiation fee. They'll also pay for a Triangle Girl or a Rainbow Girl. In New York, we have Triangle, to become a member of the Eastern Star. Maybe that's something that the other people around the country would like to look at as well. We have a couple of Facebook things that came up. And by the way, if anybody would like to talk to Commander Glatley or, better yet, Monica, call in. We'll go back, we'll find them, we'll bring them out. They'll be happy to talk to you and be happy to take your donations. We have a couple of Facebook things that came in here that are pretty good. Where can I get the stuffed eagle? Stuffed eagle, right here. Go to marketplace.com, masonicmarketplace.com. I say again over, masonicmarketplace.com, and you can get it there by donating.
Bill, that's the masonicmarketplace.com, and anytime you buy anything from the Masonic Marketplace, Every dollar of proceeds goes to the Grand Dominers Fund.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Stop by anytime. The Grand Dominers Fund makes me so proud to be part of the NMJ. It is God's work. This is from Matt, the Valley of Allentown. Proudest words I can say. I'm not just a man, I am a Mason. Thank you, Scottish Rite. That is from George, Valley of Schenectady. I was a recipient of help from the Grand Dominers at a time when I was at the brink. Now I can go back and give back, and this makes me proud and so meaningful. Frank, Valley of Columbus. After catching the tail end of the telethon last year, by the way, last year there were about 10,000 people that watched this last year. I was looking forward to this one. What a fantastic show. You're welcome. And a wonderful way to showcase Scottish Rite and our good works as Masons. Joseph, Valley of Philadelphia. Pete Saunders says, watching here at the Valley of Central Jersey, or as they say, Jersey, with a few of the greatest people in the world. Let's see if anybody can top that one. By the way, is it Taylor ham or pork, whatever over there? Brendan Parker says, I'm very thankful for the Scottish Rite NMJ and their charitable endeavors. The Abbot Scholarship has helped me immensely with my college education. Thank you for everything and all you do. Best of luck this Giving Tuesday. Peter Brousseau, great to see Grand Master, most worshipful Dad, Bill Sardone on the stage. New York DMLA is indebted to him for his visionary leadership. I probably got to donate to him now. I got another one here that came and said, everybody has seen this thing on Facebook and social media, what you look like in 10 years. Can anybody tell me what Michael Russell will look like in 10 years? I got this earlier, but we didn't have any software that we could do it. So what I had to do is I had to improvise. So this is what Michael Russell will look like in 10 years. Everybody got that? This is what he's going to look like in 10 years? I think he looks pretty good, don't you?
Wait, there's no difference, though.
I think we look like twins almost.
It's like looking into a mirror.
Hold on a minute. Somebody said no, that's what he's going to look like in 30 years.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that down there? Let me see who it is. Michael, I'm going to turn this back over to you.
You got it. Thanks, Bill. As you guys know, your Scottish Rite Masonic Museum and Library is dedicated to protecting, preserving, and displaying Masonic history and heritage. There are very few places on this earth that house such an extensive collection of artifacts and history of Freemasonry in America than our home right here in Lexington. But don't just take my word for it. Here's Brother Bruce Work to tell you more about it. I'm here sitting down with the Executive Director of the Museum and Library, Bruce Work. Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Michael, thank you for the opportunity to come in and spend some time to brag about our home here in Lexington.
How many exhibitions are here at the Masonic Museum and Library, and what can people expect when they choose to come to Lexington, Massachusetts to visit?
At any given time, we've got about 6 different exhibitions going on. We have 2 full-size galleries, and then we have some smaller areas of exhibition through our hallways and in our fire conference center that we've got display cases. The interesting thing about the museum is that we're located almost halfway between Boston and Concord. We've got a pretty well-rounded American history locale here, and we just bring the Freemasonry part of it in as the museum and library and kind of make it a well-rounded trip for visitors and students alike.
So Bruce, we have a pretty unique artifact here at the Masonic Museum and Library that's displayed right here in the room we're sitting in, the far conference room. What is that?
That's our 15-star flag, which is one of 2 in existence. The other one obviously is in the Smithsonian. And this was brought to us by a demolition contractor who was taking a house down in the town of Lexington and found it in a duffel bag up in an attic. We spent over a year getting it restored and to the best of our ability. And as you see, it's not a perfect square flag like you would envision, but we did the best we can with what we had available for the parts and pieces that they brought us in the duffel bag. So it's one of the prizes, as you say, of our museum, and many people come just to see that.
What's your favorite of those artifacts?
You know, probably the most unique pieces that we have right now is we have John Glenn's 33rd degree ring, which he wore into space when he went and brought back and donated to us. And it's one of a kind. It's pretty unique. It's probably one of my favorites. I like to brag about it.
Thank you, Bruce. We really appreciate you being with us today and spending some time talking about our Scottish Rite Masonic Museum and Library.
It's always a pleasure, and any of the brothers that are watching are more than welcome to come and join us.
Your Scottish Rite Masonic Museum and Library is about to embark on one of the most robust and tremendous ventures, and we're calling it Masonic Masterpieces, telling the story of Masonry through architecture. As you know, our fraternal homes are in need of a little repair, and some of these great architectural marvels in the past 2 centuries, unfortunately, we're losing some of those marvels, and we don't want them to be forgotten. Here to talk more about this incredible project is the executive producer of our 33rd degree, Brother Marcus Abbot. We sat down last week in Cincinnati to discuss this venture and get a taste of what Masonic Masterpieces might look like, and maybe coming to the History Channel near you. Michael Russell here, sitting down with Marcus Abbot, the director of the 33rd degree, executive producer of Masonic Masterpieces, and all-around good guy, man. I'm glad you're here and sitting down with me.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, we're sitting down here in the Valley of Cincinnati, and we have a really special project. Could you tell us a little bit about what this is?
Well, this is all about just an idea I had a long time ago called Masonic Masterpieces. Now, it had no name then, but it really started out as an archival idea. I had traveled around and seen many of the buildings, and some of those buildings were starting to have some problems and were having to be eventually sold, and I thought that was just a real tragedy, especially when I first saw how amazing these Masonic buildings were. So I noticed, I saw one in Chicago. It was the cathedral in Chicago, and they ended up selling that building. When I heard that building was sold, I was, it broke me. And I think that's when the idea hit me right away.
Marcus, as a Mason, you know that millions of men have walked through these doors as Masons and walked out of these doors. How has their experiences in this building affected the lives in their communities?
Well, the Masonic architecture is important, but the bigger picture is the people that are in it, the people that make this Masonic architecture come alive, the people that use this facility on a daily basis. It's about the people. And if you imagine if 10,000 people walk in here over a period of years and 10,000 people walk out sharing those core values, how many people does that affect? Hundreds of thousands.
So I'm going to hand you off here to Brother Todd McIntosh, who's been a member here 20 years and is just an all-around great guy. Illustrious brother, good to see you.
It's good to see you again. Marcus, once again, great to see you. We really appreciate the interest you've taken in the Valley of Cincinnati's home.
You know, I am so fascinated in this building, Todd. I cannot wait to take this tour.
Well, let's go check it out. So Marcus, we find ourselves in one of the largest of the 4 Blue Lodge rooms here in the building.
And I can see by the columns and capitals in this room that this is in the classic Corinthian style.
Indeed it is. Each of the 4 lodge rooms has its own unique architectural style and meaning. We use this room for the most important public and private events. What's amazing about this building, Marcus, is that it wasn't only Blue Lodge Masons who meet here. Many of our appendant bodies have utilized this building through the years. We are currently in the apartments of the York Rite, where they do their work.
This is fascinating. We just walked straight out of a Corinthian lodge room into a 16th century Gothic commandery.
It is amazing.
Fascinating.
The versatility and expression of the architecture of this building really inspires our members.
I can see why.
So this room was originally dedicated to the ancient and noble shrine of Cincinnati, the Shriners. It's now used for weddings and public events.
We've been through Corinthian, Gothic, Saracenic with a Moorish style. We've only been in 3 rooms, Todd.
Indeed. A tour of this building will take you through the world. Well, Marcus, on behalf of the Valley of Cincinnati, I just want to take the time to thank you for making our home a part of your work.
Todd, I want to thank you and the Valley of Cincinnati for being such an integral part in Masonic Masterpieces. Thank you so much.
It's our honor, brother. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
We're back here with Brother Parker Hastings. He's going to do a little rendition of what he says is the only Christmas song that ever needs played. Parker, after you. Thank you, Parker. As always, man, that was incredible. Bill, passing it back to you, man.
Thank you very much, Parker. You're terrific. Good DeMolay boy. Happy to see that. We have a couple more Facebook messages that came in here. Here's one that may not be my all-time favorite for tonight. Does Bill Sardone ever stop talking? No. Okay, we got that one cleared up. Pete Saunders wants a shout-out. He's looking to kind of shout-out from the Valley of Central Jersey. And as a result of that, Pete's sending in $1,000. That's pretty good. Appreciate that very much. Another one, Todd McIntosh. You guys are doing great. Not sure where he's from, but if it was from New York City, it would have been you guys are doing great. Tim Curran, greetings from the Valley of Philadelphia. By the way, if you hear any noise from the audience, we have people that are moving in here, and we got some seats over here to my right, so please do me a favor, fill them in up there. Valley of Springfield, Illinois, they're watching us. John Morgan, greetings from the Valley of Steubenville, depending on where you're from. Felt it was only right to donate this year as I've received help from my valley when I needed it most. That says a lot. Rick Testasica, I hope I have that right. The Valley of Detroit is watching, and we are donating not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000, but $4,000. That's terrific. Philip from New York, what a great way to end the 33 Days of Brotherhood. This has been the best Scottish Rite month. Jeff White, more than halfway there. Keep on going, brothers. Jeff, you can help us. You can help us go to the top. Actually, what I really would like to see, I'd like to see us go over the goal. Not just meet it, but go over. I think there's an opportunity out there for us to do that. Robert from Ohio, so inspired. Watching this telethon tonight makes me proud to be a member of this great fraternity. Talking about the 33 Days of Brotherhood, we got another one in here that came before, that as a result of the campaign, a domino effect of kindness to the brethren, a few days ago we suggested to brothers to check on senior members to see if they needed help shoveling snow or weatherproofing. Deanna Kinney told us that their Masonic Volunteer Committee members do things like this. We've even cut and delivered firewood. She says she's so proud and appreciative of her volunteer Masons and Eastern Stars who work together to check on the older members. We love hearing this. Thanks for the message, Deanna. And someone else here did a recent poll, and that poll is, what part of Masonry are you most thankful for? And it was spread out amongst the following: teachings and traditions, self-improvement, charity and giving, meeting new brothers. And for us here at Scottish Rite, we are thankful for all of you and your generosity, which comes in so many forms. But now let me go to somebody else here who has been up on our podium receiving some calls. My brother, tell me everybody who you are.
Walt Wheeler from the great state of Michigan.
Did you receive a call before, a FaceTime or something like that?
I did receive a FaceTime from the Valley of Detroit, and you mentioned their donation earlier. They had a Valley meeting tonight, and at the Valley meeting, they voted to give $4,000. So they FaceTimed me with a big check showing the $4,000.
So they came in live to you to tell you this? They did. Unbelievable. That's terrific. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sir, how are you?
Very good.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Dave Sharkus from the Valley of Waterbury, Connecticut.
Waterbury, Connecticut. Did you get any snow there?
I left my wife there to shovel tonight, so yes, I did.
Okay, I guess you'll be staying here a few days then. Okay, fine. What do you got? Anything good?
A shout out to Brother Larry Newhard in the Valley of Allentown. It was kind of coincidental. I had a pleasure of meeting Brother Larry for the first time as we were flying home from the Supreme Council session in Milwaukee, and we just happened to get a call from him, and a very generous donation to the Almoners Fund. Thank you, Brother Larry.
Very good. Thank you so much. And good luck to your wife, I guess, right? Actually, good luck to you. Things are going well. Michael, you ready to take it back, or do you want some more?
If anybody wants Parker to play again, we're more than happy to have him play again, but it's going to take another donation. So we're going to wait just a little bit.
Hold on a minute. There's got to be a donation that comes in, pay to play.
That's right. It's a pay-to-play scenario. Well, Bill, we're a dedicated organization of people who care about children learning to read. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Well, our children's dyslexia centers are just that. This next section, we are going to definitely talk about our children's dyslexia centers.
Excellent.
We're helping children successfully meet the literacy demands in school and in their future careers. For more than 25 years, Scottish Rite Freemasons of our Northern Masonic jurisdiction have partnered with local communities to assist children in regaining their confidence and their self-esteem through a proven method of reading, writing, tutoring, and dyslexia remediation. I just sat down with Dave Sharkus, Director of Operations for our Children's Dyslexia Centers, and Cheryl Sharkus, Director of one of our dyslexia centers in Connecticut, to talk more about the CDC. Here is Team Shark Eye. Michael Russell here with the first family of our Children's Dyslexia Centers, Cheryl Sharkus and Dave Sharkus. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Oh, you're certainly welcome.
Now, Cheryl, we're in a really special place here right now. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, this is our newly opened tutorial satellite in the Hartford area, specifically in Farmington. We opened up in May, and so that enables us to provide tutorial services to youngsters in this area.
Cheryl, why is opening a satellite important to us?
Well, in Connecticut, we found that we'd been in Waterbury for 17 years, and everybody tried really hard to make it transportation-wise to that location. And we realized there were many, many youngsters that that was not feasible. So if you moved closer, opened a smaller satellite in that area, we could reach that population.
Why are the Children's Dyslexia Centers so important?
It's a unique opportunity. I mean, we change lives. Anybody that has ever had an association and have talked and seen the changes in parents, the changes with the kids, the feeling you get for that is tremendous. You know, we say in the fraternity, Masonry takes good men and makes them better. The CDC takes some great kids and helps them succeed.
Cheryl, you've had a number of students come through your doors over the last 18 years. Do you have a favorite story of impact?
No, they're all my favorite. Every single one is. It could be, the impact could be as simple as, you know, hey, we made it through the school year unscathed, or it could be that I found my passion, I found a skill, I excel at sports, I'm going on to college, I'm developing a trade, I'm going for my master's. You know, plan A didn't work, plan B didn't work, I'm on plan C, and I'm a forest firefighter. They're all my favorite.
That's awesome. Dave, you visited 35 of our Dyslexia Center locations in 7 months. What makes you excited to be the Director of Operations of our Children's Dyslexia Centers?
Well, it's an opportunity to take 47 centers that were acting as 47 separate teams and unite them. When I visit these centers, I realize that they're all a little different. They have unique personalities. The communities are a little different. And each center director has particular skills and strengths. And watching them through active communication and getting to know them and building trust, watching them unify into one very strong team, well, that's exciting. That's my vision. I want to see one unified CDC. I have 2 more centers to visit later this month as I'm down in Cincinnati and Norwood. It looks like New Jersey's on tap for January and a couple of more stragglers. And by the end of this winter, we'll have reached all 47 sites, and I'm excited about that.
We give because our family has benefited from my wife's Scottish Rite Scholarship for Dyslexia. As a teacher, she helped our son and her school district. That's why we started singing to raise money for the New Jersey centers since the year 2000. We contribute to the Ominous Fund because we know 100% goes to Masons in need. And now we've pledged to the White Flower Society to assist our Masonic widows. It's our way of paying forward and giving back to others, as the fraternity has done so much for us.
Hello, my name is Greg Clark. I'm a member of the Valley of Bloomington in Bloomington, Illinois. I come to you today to ask you to consider to give a contribution to our Scottish Rite Charities. I do so for 3 reasons. First, as a family encounters difficulty, it is important that they know that they can rely on our Scottish Rite Charities to support and help them in any way that we can. Second, we give to our charities without any expectation of something in return. I think that is a Masonic value that is worthy of emulation and recognition. Last, I think we do so in hopes of building a better tomorrow. Through these charitable contributions that we make, we cannot help but make our Scottish Rite Charities and our Scottish Rite stronger. So I would ask you to take a few minutes, reflect, and consider giving a donation to our Scottish Rite Charities for the future of Freemasonry.
Thank you, Most Worshipful Greg Clark, immediate past Grand Master of the state of Illinois. That was an incredible piece that really shows why it's important to give to our Scottish Rite Charities. Remember, 1-800-814-1432. There are sad folks on the phone. They want to talk to you. They want to take your donation and make sure that we continue changing lives together. 1-800-814-1432. Again, 1-800-814-1432. We're going to go right here to the big board and get our next update here. Is everybody ready for this? Parker, you ready? All right. We are sitting at $289,977 raised as of this very moment. Now, as you know, more than 600 folks have made a special commitment to support our centers through the Builders Council. They believe the ability to read is the foundation of each child's future. It provides the most base upon what learning depends on. Membership in the Builders Council means that you made a special pledge to assure that our children's dyslexia centers will be there to be able to help children with dyslexia today and for years and years to come. Take a look.
There's a lot of people out there who don't believe a tie can change the world, but it can change a world. It builds a foundation of skills and confidence for those suffering with dyslexia. It allows children to approach learning with eagerness and without fear. It is a symbol of giving. This tie opens doors. It signifies a gift that some of us take for granted, the gift of reading. It enables us to fund a program that has changed the lives of more than 14,000 young people. More than 300 people have a tie like mine. We believe every child should have access to high-quality reading and writing instruction. We are helping children successfully meet the literacy demands in school and their future careers. This tie represents Lexi and Christopher and Jessica and Derek and thousands of others. This tie represents the very best of Freemasonry, charity. I wear this tie proudly as a member of the Children's Dyslexia Center's Builders Council. The Builders Council honors those who make significant donations to our Children's Dyslexia Centers. When I completed my Builders Council commitment, I received this tie as a symbol of my impact. We made a difference. This tie reminds me of how one act of generosity can change someone's world. We're not just men, we're Masons.
Remember, thousands of lives have been changed because of your impact through Scottish Rite Charities, our Children's Dyslexia Centers, and giving programs like the Builders Council, those who wear those gold teddy bear ties proudly sponsor a child. The Scottish Rite Alumni Association, which is through this pin right here, that's only $15 a month. Or you can give $19 if you want. That's all up to you. Now, I want to introduce here a family whose son went through our dyslexia centers, who's going to talk a little bit about their impact and how it changed their lives. Miss Linda Patch and Mr. Keith Patch, come on out. Hi, Linda. Take a seat. Linda, I'm excited you're here. Keith, thanks for coming. I know that Scottish Rite Charities has truly impacted one of your sons. Could you tell us a little bit about that and what that story is?
Sure, absolutely. This is something that is very dear to us and very easy to talk about because the impact goes on from the time that little boy was in the 3rd grade to today. You're now married and 27 years old. When I began working here and began my association with the Scottish Rite, he wasn't even born yet. And he came along, and lo and behold, we ended up with a child with the disorder, dyslexia. And I can remember being in that exam room at Mass General Hospital when we got the diagnosis and just feeling completely at sea. And
It's, such a life-changing event for so many children to come down with that diagnosis, and we as parents are trying to figure out what is the best course of treatment, if any, for a child with dyslexia.
And I can remember the doctor, after I described being involved with an organization that had a charity that had tutoring for children with this disorder, and it was Orton Gillingham. And do you remember what he said?
Yes, the doctor said, it's not just a solution for your boy, it is the answer to his problem.
And that has absolutely proved to be true. Not only, what parents who have a child with this disorder understand is that the remediation of reading and the actual learning to become facile with language is a part of it, and it's an important part of it to be successful in life and in school. But what happened with that little boy is he never lost his self-esteem. And that is what completely disappears oftentimes with children who are in a scenario where everyone else is reading. It seems like such a natural thing for a human to be able to do, and they cannot. It is absolutely because of the dyslexia centers and his experience there that he kept his self-esteem intact, and he was able to progress and be ultimately extremely successful in school.
Literally flourish, because he did not just sit in the back of the classroom in elementary school and say I'm stupid and have these negative thoughts that oftentimes dyslexic children do, but be able to go ahead and take his rightful place in amongst his peers.
And he was able to excel in science in high school, do the AP track that he did, and he went to Boston College, and he was able to do an honors thesis. He's a biochemist today, and his thesis involved, well, he's the scientist, not me.
And yes, he got involved with some of the biochemistry people at Children's Hospital, and involved in doing research for CRISPR, which is a cutting-edge means of gene splicing, and wrote his thesis. It got accepted, and he's been off working for various biotech startups here in the Boston area.
Now, all of this dyslexia remediation and everything that happened, what did that cost you?
It was absolutely free, which is mind-boggling to me, and the reason I became a Mason. Prior to that time, my wife did work with the Charities. I was...
Wives.
That's right. Very pushy.
That was on air.
That's okay. It's said with love.
Yes, that's right.
And so anyway, the point is, I said to myself, who does this? More than 2 years of tutoring, world-class trained teachers for free. And found out it was the Masons, and decided that I had to join and become a part of that. So I'm a Blue Lodge Mason and a member of the Valley of Boston as well.
That's incredible. Well, one of the important reasons why we're here tonight is to continue to help support our children's dyslexia centers and help more families like you. So what would be one piece of advice that you would give a family that's either been recently diagnosed, had their child recently diagnosed with dyslexia, or maybe struggling with that thought process now?
I would say to go down every avenue, find an Orton Gillingham situation for yourself. Perhaps it's through the dyslexia centers, perhaps it's a combination of that and private tutoring.
And some public schools have Orton Gillingham tutoring as well, which is a great thing. Many of the tutors that are trained as part of the dyslexia center tutoring then go out and either do private or public school tutoring in the community. So that's another thing that sometimes is forgotten about, is the fact that not just that whole cohorts and thousands of children are able to be saved from the negatives of dyslexia, but many tutors are properly trained, certified, and sent to the community to go ahead and continue those good works.
Yeah. So the Dyslexia Centers just turned 25 here in March. 25 years of helping students and helping youth. The reason that we were able to do all this work is because of donations like the ones given tonight. So please call in to 1-800-814-1432. Thank you.
I have a message from our son to you.
You got it.
And he said he's been a little bit remiss, but by the end of the night, he will be a member of the Alumni Association.
Okay, good. Well, we would love to have him. Thank you very much, Keith and Linda. It's been a pleasure. Again, call 1-800-814-1432. Now, I do understand, and I might have Keith disagree, that the best valley in all of Scottish Rite, which is my valley, the Valley of Indianapolis, did give a donation to the Dyslexia Centers, and they're going to present a check right now.
Hello, I'm Don Reynolds, treasurer of the Indianapolis Valley.
Hello, my name is Jerry Mabel, and I am the chairman of the Board of Trustees.
Hi, I'm Rodney Mann, I'm the executive director.
And I'm Nathan Britnell, I'm the vice chairman of the Board of Trustees.
And we have a check today for Giving Tuesday for the Children's Dyslexia Center of Indianapolis for $26,757.
Hi, my name is Sarah Halligan, and this is my mother, Jen Halligan. We were posed with the question as to why we give to the Dyslexia Center.
We give because the Dyslexia Center, which is supported by the Masonic Lodge,
changed my life.
Sarah was diagnosed with dyslexia in 5th grade. Her first few years of elementary school were awful. She was trying so hard but couldn't make progress. Her teachers were invested in her and knew she was trying, but yet she was not able to succeed. And she became frustrated to the point of not liking school. We were at a loss as to what to do. The school recommended the Dyslexia Center, and we immediately put her on the waiting list. We waited 2 years and were finally called to start the tutoring. Due to Sarah having already had some dyslexia instruction at her school, she needed an advanced tutor, so Sarah had to wait another year. Finally, at the start of the 8th grade year, she had an advanced tutor. Over the next 2 years, Sarah blossomed. She began to excel at school and show progress. She was finally receiving instruction that was actually helping her. During this entire time, the school was trying to help her, but they just further enhanced her frustration because they just didn't have the right tools. The Dyslexia Center had exactly what she needed. Her confidence grew and her ability to comprehend expanded. She was able to take AP and honors classes and excel beyond any of our expectations. She now has her sights on college, and I know that none of this would have been possible without the help of the Dyslexia Center. Thank you, Dyslexia Center.
Thank you, Dyslexia Center.
Have you read any of these books? I find that if children can read, they like to read. I've been a tutor at the Children's Dyslexia Center for 10 years. I've seen many children go through the program and become proficient readers and better spellers. They also develop an ability to understand their own unique learning style. I highly recommend the Children's Dyslexia Centers because they really work.
All right. Thank you to the Halligan family, Shirley Ledmeiser, and especially the Valley of Indianapolis for that incredible check presentation. Now, I would like for you two to help me with something with this Children's Dyslexia Center iPad and sleeves. So, Keith, do you want to spin and we'll let Linda do the drawing?
That sounds like
all right.
Deal.
Round and round and round she goes. All right, Linda.
All right, we need glasses for this.
Wow.
For sure. Who's the lucky one? I feel this is a good one. William Basso II, Bill Basso.
Congratulations to Bill
Mount
Basso
Tabor,
from Mount Tabor, Vermont. All right. Thank you both very much for being with me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
All right, Bill, I need your help with this. We got about 15 minutes left here in our telethon, and we're trucking along towards our goal.
I can talk for 15 minutes.
You could probably talk for a lot more than that too, I'm sure.
I should do that.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, we're sitting at $319,834. We need you to call in to 1-800-814-1432. That's 1-800-814-1432 right now.
So
pass it
near,
off to you.
so near, and yet so far. We just got a little bit to go, so do me a favor. Get on that thing there for donaterite.org. Send in some dollars, and let's see what we can do to get over the top here. By the way, we have a few good messages that have come in. By the way, remember before I mentioned this thing about pork roll? Well, it started off a little bit of a controversy here, which is good. Len Vanderhorn called from the Grand Lodge in New Jersey to tell me that it's really Taylor ham. He also told me that in addition to himself donating, the Northern Valley of Scottish Rite of New Jersey has donated $2,500. Now, regarding the controversy with pork roll, Taylor ham, I'd be more than happy to take calls here about it tonight. More than happy. But each call has to be followed up or a donation first, and then we'll discuss the menu. All right? So everybody got that? Pork roll, Taylor ham, you guys in New Jersey, don't fight it out. Call us and fight it out and donate at the same time you're doing that. Also got a call here that Sam Williamson from Pennsylvania, man of distinction of all many kinds of tapes, is watching us. Gabe Gallardo from Oregon, not Oregon, Oregon, is watching us. Ben Johnson, I think Ben is still down in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. I think he's still down there. Good to see that he's here. Brenda Peters, I love the videos. Well done, Brenda. We love you too. Jesse Rains, I'm proud to support the Scottish Rite Charities because they do a fantastic job of honoring our commitment as Freemasons. Keep up the great work. Ron D. Brother Hastings rocks. We hope he's back next year for the telethon. I thought he had said for the New Year's telethon, but I think that we might be able to do a New Year's telethon. I'm not sure. Tom LaBar is doing something that none of us should really do. We're always told don't text and call, don't text and drive, whatever. Well, he's listening to our telethon while driving. He's on his way to Philadelphia for the Grand Lodge quarterly communication, and he's telling us, fantastic job by Jerry Lewis and Ed McMahon. Although Ed's laugh needs some work. Thank you, Tom. Congrats to all who put this great program together. Proud to contribute to Scottish Rite Charities. Greg Little, I mentioned you before, but I'll mention you again. Thank you to the Scottish Rite for all you do. The Children's Dyslexia Centers has changed my life forever. That's coming live from an individual here. And by the way, as the Grand Master of Masons, State of New York, I get the opportunity to visit some of these centers in New York. And not only that, at the council deliberation, sometimes there's a young lady or young man who comes and speaks. And he or she gets up on a little stool and ladder so they can see over the podium, and they belt out a speech that is terrific. I always tell Pete Samick, take lessons from these people because these little children are doing a good job. And Pete says he will. Good job. Sir, I haven't spoken to you yet. Maybe you could give us some updates of how you're doing?
We're doing great. So far, I've gotten calls from my home state of New Hampshire in the Valley of Concord, calls from Allentown from the Valley, northern New Jersey, and as far away as Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado.
Absolutely, and generous donation from the Sellers family out there.
The Sellers family, they're very generous. Not only that, I think they were our first winners tonight, too, weren't they? They were the first winners in our drawing tonight. This is a unbelievable event. The phones are still ringing, but they got to continue to ring if we're going to make this thing work. So the bottom line is, get on the phones, get on your email. By the way, somebody FaceTimed before, so we know that technology is in our favor. So let's use the technology to continue to bring the money in and see what we can do to go over the top. I like going over the top because this way here, it makes our stretch objective for next year even harder to get to. And we are going to continue to do this because why? Because by you helping us, we can help others. You've seen the videos. By the way, I lived in New Jersey during Hurricane Sandy. I can see how things happen. Everybody says, does anybody hear a tree if it falls in the forest? Well, you do if it falls on your house. And that's what happened to me. But the bottom line is, I did pretty good. Other people weren't as lucky. And I know that Commander Glatley walked the streets and walked the beaches and walked some of the rubble that was down there and handed out these cards. He does that not only there, but he does that everywhere they are called upon. So do me a favor, donate rite.org, and let's see what we can do to push us over the top. 1-800-814-1432. Michael, What do you got?
Well, Bill, we're getting close. We've only got a few $1,000s left. Every donation matters. That's 1-800-814-1432. And for one very last time, ladies and gentlemen, Parker Hastings. I don't know how we got switched. Is that going to put us way over the goofy? What are we now? Are we going to hit 330 if we don't enter it? Just modify it. Put in.
Dad Cockerham.
Yeah, that'll work. Just do 50 down.
Fine. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, 50 is good.
Oh, this boy is terrific. This boy is outstanding. He's almost as good as Bob Cockerham.
You work 2 seconds in there for me to say thanks to everybody that donated for the Great Hours Fund.
You got it. I'll have Bill come over and talk to you. All right, we have the Grand Homeowner here, Pete Samak. I know he really wants to talk just for a few moments about how important the donations to all of our Scottish Rite Charities are tonight, but especially those to the Grand Homeowners Fund. Grand Homeowner, take it after you.
Any case. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate this opportunity to say from the bottom of my heart, thanks to each and every one of you who took the time to call this evening, donate to the Grand Homeowners Appeal. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I can't tell you how much this job means to me. I hope the video that we played a little earlier conveyed some of the feelings that I have toward this job. God bless you, Michael, for doing this. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and serve as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you all. I think we are about ready to do our final board update of the evening. Now, phones will be open after the telethon, which ends just in a few moments. But the phones will be open for another 20 or 30 minutes, maybe after. Call in tomorrow, donate online at any time at donaterite.org. But I'm going to have Bill Sardone help me with this last update. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Ready?
Ready. Ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh, God.
Wow.
We raised $370,000 for our telethon tonight. $370,000. Excuse me.
$40,000 over.
$334,000. I think that deserves celebration. What do you guys think? Hey, Commander, could you come out and help me with this? Now, you can't have a telethon without confetti, especially when you blow it out the water. So as everybody grab their tubes, this is the most exciting part of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, for $370,000. Woohoo!
Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you. Commander, we would like for you to say a few words here to kind of close us out.
Absolutely. Hey, I just want to thank everybody. This has just been an awesome evening. I'd like to thank everybody in front of the camera, behind the camera, our musician, Parker, our co-host over here, the Ed McMahon himself, Bill Sardone, Michael Russell and his team for putting this all on, and I thank each and every one of you for your generosity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you to everybody who participated tonight. Thanks to my wife, Megan, my daughter, Maeve, Commander Gladley and Monica, Jim Dill, Linda Patch, George Taylor, Eric Petroso, the production crew, lighting, sound, Parker Hastings, who rocked it tonight. Thanks to the New Hampshire Consistory, the valleys of Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, all the valleys who participated tonight, and thank you from all of us here at Scottish Rite headquarters in Lexington, Massachusetts. Thank you. Happy holidays and good night, everybody. Hi, baby. Oh. Give me a kiss.